Everybody coming through clear? If so, if not,
yeah,
you still can't hear me. All right, awesome. If not, let me send me a message in chat.
Are you also sharing the screen? Because I don't see anything anymore. There it is.
All right, we pop back up?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys to keep it down. The mute function apparently muted a couple of people. So, you know, keep it down, be respectful of everybody on the phone. If you do have questions, shoot me an email, and we'll be able to talk about it. And we'll talk at the end of the presentation, okay? So the last thing I wanted to pick up on was that we can now connect you guys to voluntary benefits, you know, vision, accident, life, medical bridge, critical illness, through Colonial and Principal. I'm sure you guys are familiar with these programs. They're the same programs that you guys have been using for years. Groups are familiar with them, and they really do accent the healthcare and dental options that we offer here on HealthSource to really offer a large group benefit to your small business clients. All right, so our full choice model, to kind of dig down a little bit into it, obviously we still offer the single choice where the employer selects a single plan for all of their employees. It's a take it or leave it type of plan. The next step we have is the full choice model, where the employer chooses one plan to offer, but the employees can buy from any of the other 17 plans that are available on HealthSource. It allows the employees to kind of choose a plan that fits their lifestyle, while allowing the employer to offer what they're comfortable with and what their budget will allow. And then if 17 plan choices is just way too much for the employees to choose from or the business owner to choose from, you guys can definitely narrow it down and kind of tailor it to the client's needs. So you guys have a business owner that offers a company HRA and really wants all their employees to enroll in it, you can limit it down to HSA compatible plans only. Or you can offer all of the plans within one meta level or completely eliminate a meta level. The customization is endless. It's totally up to you and the business owner. So you guys can work with your broker engagement specialist on narrowing things down and how to present it to the employees and making sure that the offering to the employees is actually going to come as close as possible to fitting everybody's lifestyle within that company. All right. All right, so the kind of the complement to the full choice model is the defined employer contribution. It's exactly how it sounds. The employer chooses an amount to contribute their employees' costs every month. And that kind of allows the employer year over year to control what they want to spend every year per employee. Now, we do offer grouping for employees. You can tier your contributions for things like tenure or loyalty or even position within the company based on, you know, ownership, management, hourly, something like that. We do allow up to 3 groups. So you don't have to use all 3. You can use 1, 2, or 3. So there's a lot of groups that are family owned and, you know, everybody in ownership will be in group 1, and then there'll be somebody who's been with the company for 10 years, or those employees with the company for 10 years will be in group 2, and those with the company under 10 years will be in group 3. As long as it's non-discriminatory, you can group the employees and kind of control the contribution to that group. All right. One thing I forgot to mention is the legal minimum. The legal minimum contribution is 50% of the employee-only rate. So you find an employee who's single, we come up with the composite rate, and the employer is responsible for a minimum of 50% of that cost. That does translate to a certain percentage of employee plus spouse, employee plus dependent, and family plan costs. So they are contributing to those tiers as well, albeit at a percentage lower than 50%. But the minimum is 50% of the employee-only rate. And of course, they can go up to obviously 100% of a family rate if they so choose. All right. Now, this slide, we're going to walk through the full choice option from beginning to end. And this slide will pull in both the full choice option and the defined employer contribution and show you guys how they work together. All right, so we start at the top. Joe owns a small manufacturing company, and he ends up choosing a reference plan, Plan A. It could be right in the middle, it could be on the high end. But the cost for that, the composite rate cost, would be $1,400 a month for a family and $500 for an individual. And Joe generously decided to contribute 65% across the board. So he set up one group, everybody gets 65%, and now the employees are free to choose whichever plan they want. So we go to the first employee here, Jimmy. He ends up choosing the reference plan. So the reference plan costs $1,400 because Jimmy has a family. The employer is going to contribute $910, which is 65%. And Jimmy's going to pick up the rest, the $490, on a pre-tax basis. All right? So Selena, his second employee, she's 27 years old. She's single, and she's going to buy down. So she's going to opt to try and save a little bit of money out of her paycheck every month by choosing a plan that maybe doesn't necessarily have all the rich benefits, but does cover what she needs and it fits her lifestyle. So Plan B ends up costing about $400 a month. Joe's contribution stays the same at $325. So his contribution is based off of the plan that he chooses, and he chooses as the reference. All right? And then Selena, you can see, is going to be paying $75 on a pre-tax basis every month. So she won't be paying the full $175. She's going to be saving a little bit. And then Eddie, his third employee, is over 50, so he's a little bit older. He's got a family, and he chooses Plan C. You know, maybe he's managing a condition. He wants something with a very specific benefit. Joe's contribution is going to stay the same as Jimmy at $910 a month because he said he's going to contribute 65% of the reference plan. All right? But Eddie's going to make up that difference and contribute $690 on a pre-tax basis out of his paycheck. All right? And whatever plans Joe's employees choose, whatever carriers they are, for medical and dental, he writes one check to HealthSource, and then we distribute the funds to the 3 different carriers. All right? So this slide kind of sums up the meat of the full choice model and the defined contribution and really how flexible it can be to fit a company with 3 employees, or 4 if you count Joe, all the way up to 50 and beyond. It can flex to fit pretty much any group. And, you know, these plans can spread across the platinum metal level all the way down to the bronze metal level if they did the full choice option. If they limited it, then obviously the plans might be a little bit closer in premium there. All right? All right. Kind of in quick summary, we're the exclusive source in Rhode Island for offering employers a multi-carrier and multi-metal level option. This is really a very large group benefit for the small group market. It's rare that very large groups can offer multiple carriers, but we've seen it done. But we haven't found a scenario in the state yet where you can offer multiple carriers across multiple metal levels for anybody in the group. All right. The full choice model really allows a lot of flexibility for the employees to choose something that fits their lifestyle and, you know, their monthly income and things like that. And the defined contribution allows the employers to control what they want to spend on an annual and monthly basis for healthcare budget. All right. So that's the meat of the full choice model and the defined contribution. If you do have any questions, my contact info is there. If you want somebody to come out to you guys and sit down and explain it, Fran's email's there. Fran is our sales manager. She's more than happy to connect you with a broker engagement specialist who can sit down with you and walk the entire program with you from start to finish, including enrollments and employee information, things like that. All right. And the biggest, right at the top there, it's, you know, we want your feedback. If you have topics that you want discussed, if you have things that you feel like other brokers should be educated on, let us know. HealthSource RI for employers evolves every year because of our brokers, and we want your feedback to try and make these webinars as relevant to you guys and the rest of the broker community as possible. All right, so we're going to have, this is being recorded. It'll be uploaded onto the HealthSource RI website in the broker section. That section is still being built, but there will be a broker blast when they're available for viewing. All right. So if you have questions, feel free to type them in chat, and we'll do our best to answer them.
That's it?
All right, I don't see any questions popping up, so feel free to reach out to us at any time if you have any questions, any problems. January renewals are on their way. I'm actively working on them, so keep an eye out. And yeah, I don't see any questions popping up. All right, thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you, Elias. Great job.